You ready?
Of course.
In 3, 2, 1. Jorge Suastegui. Did I pronounce that right?
Surprisingly, yes.
Yes! Woo! It's been a minute since I've seen you, my guy.
I know. It's been sophomore year.
Sophomore year. Yeah, dude, that's like, I forget. That's already like
Almost 2.5 years.
2.5. Yeah, that's bonkers, dude. The way time flies.
I hate it.
So just before the podcast started, you were telling me about how we're going to be working at the same Culver's now.
We are. I can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, did you like it before? Because I've got to say, like, I'm enjoying it a lot better than my previous job.
When I worked there, it wasn't too bad. I had my best friend at the time. We still are. Natalie. She worked there.
She was working there too?
Yeah.
Same one?
Same
what?
one.
Everyone's working there.
Everyone's from Auburn's worked there, or like East.
Really?
That you know of, Ramiro.
Yeah.
Ella Grothman worked there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Ella, I don't know how to say her last name, but Jerk.
Yeah. Yeah.
She works there.
Yeah. No, I think I've actually had shifts with her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We haven't like said words to each other though. I mean, like, nice. I don't know her. I just know of her. Okay, I know she exists, but yeah. So were you in like the kitchen or were you doing the front?
No, I was in the front.
Okay, front man, my guy.
I know. I wanted to work in the kitchen, like as towards the end of my last time I was working there. I asked if I could do both, like work front and kitchen. Yeah. And they said, we'll think about it. And then they never got back to me about it. So I guess
that sounds about right.
I guess I won't work in the kitchen then.
Yeah. So do you know if you're going to be doing the front again?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know how to do.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Right. So what shifts do you usually take? Because I'm always working mornings.
Well, I don't have a job right now, so I said I could work any time, any day.
Oh, okay, fair enough. What did you do before? Just like all day, or
before that? Since I was still in high school, I would just work in the afternoons and the weekends.
Right. That makes sense.
And then in the summer, that's when I was like, well, I can just work whenever.
Yeah. Well, you may be working with me from time to time because I'm in the front too. I'm just finishing up my training, actually. I think this week I've got to learn the cash register and then...
Ooh, that's the best one, honestly.
Really? Yeah.
The best part.
Honestly, I think there's a spider web in front of us. It's just like Now I'm shook. There might be a spider on the table somewhere.
Can't wait to scream.
Yeah, there was just like a line of web down. Okay.
When we see it, we see it.
Yeah. Dude, I have to say, I'm terrified of spiders.
Me too. I hate them.
Yeah.
I don't see a need for them.
Well, the thing is, all right, if you want to be on PETA's good side, they would say, they kill all the bugs, keep them from being overpopulated.
I suppose.
But fuck spiders.
Fuck spiders.
The
only cool spider is Spider-Man.
Word.
That's the only one I accept.
Yeah, and he's mostly a person.
Yeah.
So
I think that might have something to do with it.
Are there any other terrifying insects that you don't like?
I mean, I don't like most bugs. I mean, surprisingly, I'm pretty chill about cockroaches.
Cockroaches.
Obviously, I'm not gonna go up and pet one and touch one, obviously. But if I saw one, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, dude. In the Philippines, we have them everywhere.
I mean, when I went to Mexico, we went to stay at my grandma's house, and in the room that she kept us in, the bathroom that we were using, when we first got there was 3 cockroaches. Jeez.
Yeah, it's always the bathroom.
It's always the
damn bathroom. And when they fly, it's the worst thing ever.
Luckily, I've never seen one fly, so maybe that might change my perspective about them. But luckily, I've never seen one fly.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're the worst when they fly. You know what's terrifying?
What?
Praying mantises.
I don't think I've seen one.
You don't think you've seen one?
No.
Hold on, let me show you this video I watched of praying mantises some time ago.
You just watch videos of insects?
One morning, I was, I don't know, I was feeling a bit lazy, so I didn't get out of bed. I just went down what did I look up? I don't know why, I just thought of orchid mantises, the ones that look like flowers.
No.
What? Okay, I gotta show you so many things about praying mantises. Hold on, let me show you this orchid mantis. It's literally, all right, so praying mantises are usually green, right?
Hold on, did it say one was for sale?
Probably, dude.
I could just buy one.
You can just buy
one. What the
hell?
hell?
Look at this. It looks like a plant.
That actually looks beautiful.
It's beautiful. It also murders everything it sees.
You know, if I were a bug and I saw that, I wouldn't mind dying to it.
Dude, if it was any bigger than it actually is, it would definitely kill people.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me just show you this video that I watched about praying mantises.
All right.
I'm trying to think, what did I...
Versus snake.
Oh, yeah, they fight a bunch of shit. Here, let's just watch. This is why... Oh,
this is why snakes are afraid of
This is why
mantises.
snakes are afraid of praying mantises. Oh, love ads. My favorite.
I sure love them.
Oh,
good thing we get 2 of them now.
I know. And these are the ones you can't skip.
The best ones.
Rip. Yeah. You know, I was planning... I probably should have made this announcement for the podcast, but I was planning on like being able to show clips on the podcast. But last week I recorded everything and I was going to set it up, but like I had my laptop is pretty old and it runs on like I don't know if you know anything about computers, but it runs on an old mechanical hard drive, which is not a thing. Okay, so basically if we were to rank all the types of like storage drives where like you have all your files on, hard drive is the slowest, SSD is faster, significantly faster actually. And then the newest version of storage is like M.2, and that's also a type of SSD, but it's like super fast. Anyway, this is running on like a hard drive, which is the slowest, and it literally can't keep up with like writing files. So I have to get a new storage drive for it. I have to upgrade it from a hard drive to an SSD if I'm gonna be able to show clips on the podcast, because like it literally just can't record. It can't keep up with the file writing.
I mean, it can't be worse than my MacBook.
Do you have an old MacBook?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's
you know
a
what
few
year?
years old. No. I want to say I got it before freshman year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the summer between 8th grade and freshman year.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that doesn't sound old, but in terms of computers, like it's surprising to me how fast they age.
Yeah.
Because this one, I think I got 6th or 7th, maybe even 8th grade, but I want to say 7th. And like,
wow.
I feel like it doesn't seem that old.
Yeah.
But like apparently it's just kind of shit now. But here, let me show you this video. I think this is the one I watched before. Look, it just snatched that bird.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's fighting a snake.
Jesus.
So if you're just listening or if you're watching as well, we're just watching this video of praying mantises fight thing. Look, it's fighting a cat. It's not going to be able to beat the cat, but it's holding its own. Oh.
Is it going to fight the coffee?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Look. All right, so it has this gecko in a chokehold. And now it's just eating its face.
Why?
Because mantises eat everything. Look. The lizard just can't get out.
What the
Yeah, look at that. Look at those, like, what would you call those? Mandibles?
Jeez,
just like
it just ripped its jaw.
It just ripped its jaw.
No mercy.
It gets even more fucked up. They're so pretty though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the cruel trick of nature. The prettier it is, the more deadly it is.
Exactly.
That's why humans are ugly.
True that.
Bottom of the food chain.
Truly.
Yeah. I need to remember that I need to talk because people aren't going to be able to hear this or see it. But I'm just so enthralled. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but like it has these 2 little orbs, like clearish orbs between his eyeballs, and I guess those are like extra eyes.
So he just has
it has
40/40 vision.
Yeah. What did I see before? I think it was it might have been frogs or octopuses.
Mm-hmm.
too. This isn't what I was thinking of, but I remembered octopuses have like almost 360-degree vision, or 360-degree field of view.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I just knew about they're like 3 hearts or something.
3 hearts, yeah. Look at it mess up with the snake. It's just eating a snake.
That's, that makes me think maybe Kung Fu Panda should have been more scared of the praying mantis guy.
I know. Dude, forget tigress, forget monkey, forget the stork.
Snake?
Yeah, the snake. The snake couldn't stand a chance against mantis.
Mantis had him beat.
Yeah. Mantis from Kung Fu Panda is actually based on the mantis like Kung Fu style.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a Kung Fu style.
Yeah, like if you see like the
way it stances up.
Like I don't know anything about. I even hesitate to call it Kung Fu because I don't think Kung Fu is like real. I think that's like the movie version of like martial arts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was like Kung Fu or if it was like an actual martial art, but I think it originated in China, but like apparently the martial artists who developed it were inspired by like the stance of
the
mantis because they get that big stance, they got that hook arm little thing going on, and I mean they can just, as you can see, they can just fuck anything up.
Apparently anything twice its size.
Yeah, the thing is it's taking on things bigger than
like a mouse.
Yeah, we can't kill anything bigger than us unless we have a gun or something.
Yeah.
And even then, look, it's just eating this mouse.
And jeez.
It's just eating a mouse. It gets worse. I
don't know how it could get worse than this.
Worse than a mouse?
Yeah. What could be like worse than a mouse? I don't know, like a guinea pig, a hamster?
Guinea pig? No, not quite. I don't think it gets that big. But did you see it snatch that bird at the beginning?
That's crazy.
Apparently, that's a regular thing. They love hummingbirds.
Oh, I think I saw that. It was like praying mantis versus hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Search bar there.
Look at this. Yeah, it just snatches it while it's flying. You know how fast hummingbirds are?
Very. That's why they're called hummingbirds, right? Because their wings are going so fast, it sounds like a hum.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's just eating its brains out. Or it might be eating from its asshole.
Yeah, it is.
It's eating its ass. It's eating the bird ass first.
Jeez. That's a whole different kind of flex.
Were you expecting this when you came on?
Not at all. I was thinking about, I don't know, maybe we talk about, I don't even know about what, but not praying mantises eating hummingbirds from the ass.
Yeah.
Is that a human trying to intervene?
Yeah, trying to save the hummingbird?
It should just stop.
No, dude, you gotta save the hummingbirds.
I mean, it's already dead at that point.
You're right.
Oh, you get an ad in 3 seconds.
All right. Well, we can just be done with that video because I think that was basically the end of it.
All right.
I mean, like, it was halfway through, but it didn't. You got the gist of like how terrifying praying mantises are. See, now you can't look at that the same way.
I mean, I still can. I think.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I think when I looked that up, I was thinking of the orchid mantis, and then I went down a whole rabbit hole of like how animals use different types of not camouflage. I think it was called aggressive mimicry, where basically they just look, or like they're able to look like their surroundings. Like this orchid mantis, it looks like the orchids that it would stand on, and that way it's camouflaged so that when prey comes by it can just snag it up much easier. And there's just like a whole list of animals that do similar things. Like I was looking at this, I think it was called an alligator tortoise. I'm not sure on that, but it's not an alligator. It just kind of looks like an alligator.
But it's a tortoise.
Exactly. Okay. And it has a tongue that looks like a worm. So it sits on the bottom of riverbeds and just opens up its mouth. And then fish will think that it's a worm for it to eat. And then the fish is just right in its mouth and just eats it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
After seeing your cousin do that, you think man, maybe I shouldn't just eat a worm that's underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe fish just don't have the mental capacity for that.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think they just swim and vibe.
I think so. That's not a bad life. Just swim and vibe.
Honestly, like, how bad can it be being a fish? Unless you're a salmon and you have to travel upstream and worry about bears.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Or humans.
Yeah. Human lives are it's a struggle for humans.
Back to what you were saying when you were saying that, as us, like, we wouldn't fight anything bigger than us besides, or like without a weapon.
Yeah.
Back when I was like in 8th grade or like middle school, I would always be like, man, I think I could take on a bear in a fight. Like if I was really in that situation, maybe I could. But now that I'm like older and have more sense, I definitely could not.
Yeah, it's very easy to have a very exaggerated sense of your abilities, especially while you're young. Do you remember when me and my friends held a fight night?
Yes,
my friend group, like we had.
I remember. I watched the fights on Instagram.
Yeah, we had the main event was Nasser and Josh fighting each other.
What was their nicknames?
It was Cornelius Black for Nasser and Jewish Cougar for Josh.
Jewish Cougar, yeah. Oh
but,
my god.
Yeah, I remember just thinking
back in middle school too.
It was actually junior year.
Real? No,
it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was just before COVID started.
No way.
Yeah, I remember because I wasn't going to school with any of these people. I remember talking about it with all my college friends. Like, yeah, we just had a fight. But I remember before the fight just thinking, oh, how hard can fighting be?
Yeah.
Like, all right, like.
You just hit him.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure there's some tactical skill to it, and like any sport, if you want to get really good at it, you have to practice and actually, work hard at it. But like, I thought, you know what, I could probably at least hold my own. Yeah. Like at the very least, I would like. Yeah, like I didn't think that I could be the greatest boxer ever at that moment, but I thought, I could at least hold my own in a fight. Yeah. Got fucking whooped.
Who were you up against?
Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I have like a semi-athletic build, but this was back before I even started working out. Yeah. My cardio was ass. That was the thing that did me in, I think mostly was because like after... the rounds were only a minute long for that. Maybe 2 minutes. In fact, it might have been 2 minutes. But even just 2 minutes of fighting, that's a long time to be holding. The gloves are heavy. Yeah, the gloves are heavy. You have to hold those up. You have to watch your opponent. There's a lot to keep track of.
I feel like even I don't fully understand, but I feel like people don't understand like how much conditioning you truly need for boxing or like any kind of fighting. Like, you don't even think about it. You're like, oh, they're just standing still, just exchanging punches. But it's a lot more than that. You're taking blows from the opponent, and that's obviously taking breath out of you. Yeah. Your body's getting exhausted. Your mind, too.
No, it's like there's so many levels to fighting. That's why once I started, like, I'm not super into MMA, but like I see like clips or occasional fights every now and then. I have a lot of friends who are into it, so they talk about it a lot. Yeah. I listen to Joe Rogan and he talks about it all the time. And, like I'm just so enamored by people who do that sort of thing now, because it's just like you have to be like, you have to have like mental skill, you have to have physical ability, you have to have everything for that kind of sport. Yeah. And it's just tough. Yeah. What have you been doing? Any like, I don't know, sports, any like weightlifting, anything like that?
Not at all.
Not really.
I don't really have the time anymore. I used to. Yeah. I think now that I don't have that job, I'll have a lot more free time. So maybe I'll start picking up weights again. That's the plan, at least. I'm going to start running more. Yeah. I'm starting to get out of shape.
Yeah. I feel that I haven't had nearly as much time to work out either, just because, between my job, making YouTube videos, making podcasts, and now I'm streaming. Though I've started going at like midnight or even 1 a.m, because that's the only time that I would have time to go. Yeah. And it's nice when there's like nobody there.
And you can just focus on yourself.
Exactly. But, working out at 12 o'clock, I realized like I'm already tired.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice. I get to make myself more tired. I'll tell you what, I sleep like a baby after working out.
I bet.
I get the best sleep afterwards.
Where do you go?
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, the one on Alpine?
Yeah, just like down the street from me. It's like it's super convenient, and especially at midnight, no one's there.
I was thinking about getting a membership there as well. Since, I mean, it's down the street from me too. Yeah.
Planet Fitness gets a very bad rep. And understandably so. Have you seen some like the wacky videos that go around online?
Too many.
Yeah, of people using the machines just completely wrong. I love the videos where people are on the cables and they're just like jumping around from side to side.
Jumping around the bench?
Yeah. No, it's like...
It's like, how did you not see someone do it properly?
Yeah, like how did you come up with this? How was this like you see this machine, you see these cables, and how is this the conclusion that you came to? Oh, this must be the proper way to do it.
And what muscles are you using? I mean, I guess you're using your legs.
Yeah,
but like
just squat.
Yeah, or like what would make you think, oh, that's what I need the cable for, so I can jump around?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people with like, I think the worst I've seen is like improper form. At the Planet Fitness by us, but I haven't seen any crazy shenanigans like that.
Me neither. I haven't seen anyone like mess up. At least the times that I've won, like everyone's been doing fine. I remember this one time though. This couple, they came in and they were wearing like baggy pants and they looked like a bit chubby, and then they took off everything and they were like hella built. Their legs were like the size of my their legs were like the size of my biceps. I was like, all right. I think you guys are good. I think you guys can like rest off a little bit.
Yeah, you can give me a chance. Hold up.
Come on, guys. No need to flex real quick.
I bet they weren't even flexing.
Nope, they were not. They were just standing.
Yeah, no, I wish. Yeah, I just wish I had more time to go to the gym. Yeah, it does just make you feel better. For sure. Yeah. Do you do cardio at all?
That's mostly what I do.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But that's mostly because I'm a soccer guy.
Yeah, it makes sense, dude. Soccer's another tough one. My cardio's shit, so I can't run for that long.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty intense, especially indoor. I feel like indoor, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's a smaller pitch, like you don't have to do as much running. But like that's the thing, like there's more like constant running because you have to run back and forth more.
It gets around the court easier.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, no, that's bonkers.
But I was thinking about doing another. I haven't played indoor in such a long time. I was thinking about joining a team for this winter. But I need to find one. But hopefully,
you find one. Yeah,
hopefully I can.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I wish. I don't know. I was about to say, I wish I could do more sports, but like, I thought about it and I realized that's a lie. I don't care enough.
You don't care enough about
I don't care. I don't care enough.
Did you end up playing volleyball your senior year?
No. I played freshman and sophomore year, and that was it. Afterwards, I was like, you know what? We're just gonna be done. Like, I really thought about it junior year, but that was the year when like all the coaches left.
Oh, and COVID.
Yeah, and COVID kind of wrecked it anyway. And then I thought about senior year, but like at that point, I was like, I'm a year and a half out of it. Like at this point, like I don't really even want to. Volleyball was a lot of fun. I love volleyball. I remember you didn't show up to like anything for volleyball.
That was like towards the end of volleyball season. And then I showed up to the last game and they were like, you're not playing. Oh, I was like, oh, well. I guess I'm just here for moral support then.
Yeah, that was rough.
Well, we had a pretty good year, I feel like. Like the games that we were all there, like our first game against Boylan, I was like nervous as crazy. I was nervous as fuck because that was like the first time I played volleyball. Yeah. I was like, man, what if we lose? Oh my God, what if I mess up? And we ended up destroying them.
Yeah, no, I feel that because I was nervous in my head for that every single match. Like, But yeah, we had a decent team.
I feel like well, at least me. I feel like I really underestimated us because I was like, man, they're gonna be so much better. We're gonna lose, and I feel like the only team that I remember us losing to was Jefferson.
Yeah, at least the first year. Yeah, I think we lost a couple more games the sophomore year, but we were still like we weren't the best of the best, but we were like up there. Yeah. But yeah, it was. The thing about Auburn is that with varsity volleyball, we lost a lot of matches. So I don't know. It kind of put the pressure on us to to think, Auburn teams just suck. Yeah, I guess that's the point I was trying to get at. Like, it makes you think, Auburn team, like everyone else is just better. Yeah. If varsity is struggling, how can we do good? But we did. We did do pretty good. Decent.
Our freshman team was really good.
Yeah, freshman year was the best.
That was probably our best year. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then sure. I think the mentality of like, man, we're gonna suck and stuff. It's probably because I played soccer. Yeah, and that was even worse. We didn't win a single game.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't play my freshman year because I missed tryouts, but my sophomore year I played, and I don't remember winning a single game.
Really?
At Auburn, at least.
That's rough.
And they would call me up to varsity sometimes. I was like, oh, man, I was like excited. My sophomore year already playing varsity. I was like, hell yeah. And we didn't win a single game.
Oh, rip. Yeah.
Until I went to East, where we actually won most of our games.
East won games?
Yeah, we had a pretty decent team. At least the JV team. I know the varsity team was pretty decent, but I remember our match came up against Auburn, and I was so upset because it stayed 0-0 the entire game. Like I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get my revenge. Like finally win against my old teammates, and we ended up level, and I was pretty upset.
Yeah. No, I literally don't know any how good any other teams for any other schools are. I just know Auburn sucks at most most sports. What was it in football? We had like a 30-something game lose streak.
Really?
Yeah, and it was something crazy like that. It made Rockford register star when we finally won another game.
Jesus, that's kind of sad.
It's it is sad, but it's kind of funny. Apparently, we got some new coach who is like actually really good, and we started at least. I don't think we started winning a lot of games, but we at least started winning some games.
That's a positive at least.
Yeah,
we weren't bottom of the barrel.
At least. Exactly. What kind of car are you driving now? I remember we took driver's ed together.
Oh man, that was such an experience. I missed it.
I know.
I came in today, but my dad ended up taking it home.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I have a 2006 Nissan Altima.
Oh, okay.
It's a red. It's something nice. First car. It was only 2,200.
20. Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, not at all. And it only had, it had 150,000 miles, but I'm just driving around Rockford. So.
Yeah, you don't need a super decked out car, especially for your first car. And if you're just going around town, if you're not taking it super duper far, that's not a bad car at all.
Yeah, it's really nice. The only bad thing about it that I would say is it doesn't have aux. So I think it's cool now because I just have a collection of CDs now.
Oh yeah.
So I've just been putting in CDs.
Yeah. Does it have a cassette player?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay. So you can't even use the cassette to aux converter.
No.
RIP. Oh, could you go ahead and scooch up to the microphone just a little more? Yeah, there we go. Just get it a little more crisp.
Hey guys.
Ooh, that was kind of... Wow, I'm sure you just turned on at least 5 people.
All right. I apologize to those 5 people.
You 5 people, you know who you are.
Eli, I'm looking at you.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I am a serial ear cleaner.
What does that mean?
Let me tell you what I mean. I hate the feeling of having gunk in my ear. I am constantly... You know how you're not supposed to use Q-tips to clean your ears?
You are. You're just not supposed to stick it all the way in.
Well, I stick it all the way in. I dig around. My ears are almost always clean. And if they're not, I'm cleaning them. Like I just my I don't know how bad my hearing is because I don't know how to compare that to other people.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that like sometimes I can't hear things that other people hear. Probably from all those years of digging around with Q-tips.
You damage your eardrums.
Yeah,
from rubbing them too much.
Honestly, it's almost like a terrible habit because there are times where it'll like get to the point where my ear is like bleeding because I'm scrubbing so much.
They bleed?
It's not like gushing blood or anything, but you know, like I'll come out and there will be like a tad bit of red, and it's like, oh, okay, I should probably ease up a little bit.
Maybe you would think, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same as like remember. This wasn't like our time, but I remember like something that used to be popular was like the alphabet game. Where someone would, it was either like they used their nail. I think it was, they just scratched at your wrist and you had to name a word for each letter of the alphabet. You know, you would go acrobat, bear, cat, dolphin. I'm just naming a bunch of animals because that's the first thing that's coming to mind. But you'd go down the whole list of words or the whole list of letters. You'd go through the whole alphabet. And by the end, your wrist would probably be bleeding if you didn't go fast enough. And it's just kind of the same as that. Not the same as that, but like.
That was a game?
Yeah, it was a game. I think I played it exactly once, but the person wasn't scratching hard at all. So it wasn't like bad. But
sounds like a not very good game.
No, like, remember tennis?
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah.
I don't think I won a single game.
Of tennis?
But then again, the only people I would play were Isaiah and Natalie. And Natalie she was built different. I would slap her and I'd be like, hold on a little bit. She'll break eventually. But no, she would never break. She would never break. And I hated it.
That sounds about right.
I hated it.
Yeah, just weird games like that. But my point was like, if you're scratching at it long enough, like it's going to start bleeding. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was doing with my ears.
Just rubbing too hard for too long.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she said. That might have been the first That's What She Said joke on this podcast.
Can't wait.
It's such a low-hanging fruit. I apologize to everyone.
I'm so glad I was here for it.
This is the apology cast. Just regrettable decisions.
I regret wearing a bra in 8th grade in Mr. Watts' class.
You did that too?
What do you mean you did that? I was the only one who did it.
Like, well, no, I wore one for, I don't remember what it was for, but we did like skits for something. And I wore a bra for that. And I remember needing Mr. Watts' help to get it off.
Of course he knew how.
Yeah.
We might have been, I was in your class. Maybe we did wear it at the same time.
Were we in the same skit?
Yeah, probably. With Eleanor?
I don't remember.
I think Eleanor did my mascara for it.
I'm not completely sure, but it could have been a possibility. I don't remember it that clearly.
I think I might have the picture. I'm not sure.
You might have the picture? Look for that real quick. Oh, geez. Just a view, right? Like, hopefully I'm not in there. I mean, if I was in there, you would probably remember that. I
think you might be in it. That's why I'm feeling like.
Oh no.
I don't know where it is though, so it might take me a while. So keep talking.
Yeah, no, I remember the person who gave me their bra to wear for that skit. It was too small on me.
I think the one that I used was Eleanor's, or like obviously not the one she was wearing at the time.
Yeah,
but she brought one from home, and I think it was Eleanor's. I don't know if I can find this picture though.
Yeah, that was a while back. 8th grade. That's even longer. So, 8th grade was a weird year.
It definitely was. That was the last time I saw Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, actually not the last time. He ended up coming to visit one time in Rockford, and I went to go hang out with him.
Oh, that's dope.
But, yeah. I miss him.
Yeah. I think he makes music now.
Yeah, he does. NRJE.
NRJE? Dude, that's on SoundCloud, right?
Yep.
I'm going to play one right now.
Oh, man.
Because I remember, I think I was hanging out with Mike, and they brought up the fact that Nathan made music now.
Yeah.
And it was, like, kind of decent.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm supportive of him. You know,
yeah,
I've always have been.
Okay. What was his username?
NRJE.
NRJE. Okay. Does that look about right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, he has a couple of songs. He's got quite a few songs.
Yes, he does. He released an EP like a few months ago.
Wow. Okay. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Final notes of the overture. Shout out Nathan Jordan.
Shout out Nathan.
So, okay, do you know the lore behind the name NRJE?
It's just his initials.
Really?
Yeah.
He has 4 names. He has 4 names.
Yeah, it's Nathan Druid Jordan Estrada.
Ooh, okay. I could not pronounce that. There's no way I could have.
So the only reason I know about it is because when he first told me, right, like back in 8th grade, middle school, 8th grade freshman year, summer, he's like, I really want to make music. I was like,
all the way back then?
Yeah, I was like, you know what, I do too. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I realize I know my strengths and weaknesses. This is one of my weaknesses. I can't write for shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, we should like make a collab together. So he was like, yeah. So we were like thinking of names, and I was like, what if I just use my initials, like JSJ? But at the time, I was like, I want to look cool. So instead, I would do J5J because the 5 looks like an S. So I was like, I'll be J5J. And he was like, I'll be NRJE.
Ooh, okay. So you were actually behind it.
I was
behind the name.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, dang. All right. This man needs more plays, guys. So shout out to Nathan Jordan on SoundCloud. Yes. If you want to listen to his music, it's NRJE. I'm just going to go ahead and play this EP. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, if you're listening, you're not listening to this song, but
just us.
I'll describe it. It's got a nice piano. There's a nice reverb to it. Very spacious. Very I think minor keys.
I don't know about
it's kind of
music.
sad.
There's
no words whatsoever. It's just an instrumental. I'm gonna play the next one because I want to hear him
singing.
Does he rap or does he sing?
He sings. He's
okay.
He is heavily inspired by The Weeknd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, both of you are super into The Weeknd, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Do you know if he produces his own stuff?
He does make his own beats.
Really?
I think recently he's found someone who's doing it for him.
Yeah.
But this EP, I'm pretty sure he made all on his own.
Whoa, that's like decent.
Yeah.
I remember freshman year. This isn't him, is it?
Yes.
This is him.
This is him.
I'm so shook.
I know.
All right. So if you're listening and you're not hearing this, so he's hitting a fat falsetto.
Yes.
Damn.
You know, if you saw him in middle school and you like heard him, you'd be like, this isn't him.
No, that's exactly what's running through my head right now. Because I have no idea what he looks like now, but I'm just thinking of middle school him.
Middle school Nathan?
And it doesn't match.
Yeah. No, when I first heard him, so he would always send me the music first and be like, hey, I need your opinion on this. Like, what do you think? Like, genuinely. And I'd help him out.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I first heard him singing, I was like, no way.
Yeah, there's like, he must have taken like voice lessons or something because he's like actually hitting that.
Yeah. I feel like he's always had like a higher pitched voice.
Yeah.
You know, like not like super high pitched, but like it wasn't bad for singing. So, I mean, maybe he did take a few lessons. It definitely does sound very good.
Yeah. And if he produced this beat, it's kind of like, it's a slick beat.
Yeah.
Like those drums. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's clean. That's real clean.
I really enjoy this EP, actually.
Yeah. I'm going to play the next one. Sorry to anyone who's listening and isn't hearing this. I need to invest in an SSD. If you're supporting the podcast, that's what all the support money is going to go towards next, getting an SSD for this laptop so I can actually record this stuff because this is like kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you can listen to it on your own on SoundCloud, NRJE. This one is admittedly a little rougher, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like sometimes his voice overpowers the beat at times.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not bad. You know, I still enjoy it.
No, especially consider, like, if he did produce all of this himself like he's doing all of this on his own, like, that is hella impressive.
Very.
Like, I think earlier I was going to bring up, like, I was making music. I'm sure you knew, like, back in freshman year. Just, like, jokes.
God. What was one of them called? Snapchat filter.
Snapchat filter.
That's probably my favorite one.
That's like I think that's like actually a decent song. It's a good joke song. It's definitely a joke song, but I thought it was fun.
Mike actually did pretty well on it. I will admit, like he had a nice flow.
Yeah,
know? The lyrics actually made sense.
No, I think like our both of our deliveries are shit, but I think it kind of worked for that song because it was a joke song, and that's kind of like what we built it on. Like our music is the fact that like we suck, but we're still gonna do it anyway. Like I soon learned that music was never gonna be my thing.
That's what happened with me too. Like I could make decent beats. But the hard part was actually coming up with the lyrics.
Yeah, writing is unbelievably hard. I have another, not really friend, but more acquaintance. I think we went to the same church, and he recently came out with an EP, and like it's like decent. It's fine. It's well produced. It's hard to say that. I don't think he self-produced it, but maybe he did. I don't know all about it, but like. I forget what point. I do this every time. I forget what point I was trying to make. But I mean, like, I guess the point I was gonna make is like, it's hard. Oh yeah, I was talking about lyricism and how hard it is to write. Like the lyrics on there aren't bad by any means. It's like a decent EP.
Yeah.
It's well produced and everything, but like it's hard to say anything substantial that really like clicks with people.
Yeah.
I had a whole point to that. I'm not bringing that up just to diss on him and his lyricism. Like it's a decent EP. It's just I don't find the lyrics to be they weren't impressive to me, but at the same time, like I'm thinking of like really good lyricists. Like I think Kendrick Lamar is probably one of the best, like lyrically speaking.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's able to say something substantial, do it in like a very creatively produced song.
Oh, for sure.
And like,
I think one of his best songs lyrically, I'd probably have to say How Much a Dollar Costs on his How to Pimp a Butterfly album.
Yeah.
What a song. You know, like every time I listen to it, like I kind of get goosebumps. Like how he narrates it. How I'm like able to actually like visualize it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just Kendrick Lamar, I think, is like the gold standard for lyricism.
Oh, for sure.
And like just storytelling with lyrics. I love going on night drives and just listening to Pride.
Pride? Oh.
Yeah.
So I loved the entire album. The entire way through, I enjoyed it. It was just what an experience listening to it. Oh, yeah. No, like, the whole album is really well put together. Yeah. And especially with Pride, it's so I want to say ambient. It's very flowy. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like you're on another planet when you're listening to that song. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, enough about Kendrick Lamar. More Snapchat filter. Oh man. It was you and Mike, right?
It was me and Mike. Yeah, I remember he wrote the verse first, and then I came up with the rest of the song, I think.
Oh my god, that picture, the one. I remember that picture.
You're in that.
I was.
You're in the cover for John Madden.
I forgot where we're headed or what the context was.
DC.
That was DC?
I think so, yeah.
Was it?
You were on the DC trip, right?
I was, but
yeah.
That was DC?
That was the DC trip. I think Nasser was on the DC trip.
I don't remember seeing him there.
And that was a picture that Nicole took on her
phone.
I think it was on a Polaroid or something similar.
I just remember that it was him and Jeff coming out of the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we locked them in the bathroom on the bus. Yeah, you're in there just barely. Right. Your nose is pointing out at the side.
My first cameo.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that this is a fun song.
Oh, yeah.
Prod Surge Crown. Yeah, Saint Zesty started out as my SoundCloud rapper name. Mm-hmm. The first name I came up with was Lil Urethra.
What was Eli's? What? Lil Nut?
Lil Weeb.
Oh, Lil
Lil
Weeb.
Nut was Nat. And the whole reason me and Mike got into music was just a diss on Nat and Eli.
I remember. It was, because of John Madden.
I loved you ever since the first picture, but it turns out you're just a man.
Ooh.
In a Snapchat filter.
Live performance, guys.
On a Snapchat filter.
Honestly, not even a bad song.
Yeah,
obviously it's a joke. But
yeah, I thought the chorus was clever.
yeah, it was.
I thought I loved you ever since the first picture. That's probably the only good line I've ever written. We were talking about writing earlier, and I can't write for shit, but that was a clever line.
Your best
line ever. But it turns out you're just a man in a Snapchat filter. Always sound familiar because he was just my homie in a Snapchat filter. I thought I loved you ever since the first picture, but it turns out you're just a man in a Snapchat filter. Let me think. I'm trying to think if I remember my verse. In a Snapchat filter. Yeah. Ooh. This is going to be weird for people listening who don't hear the song
without
behind
the beat.
It. Yeah. How does it go? It's about to come up. I like Death Grips the Money Store.
I can't read that.
Oh. Here we go again through my face. No, I don't remember it. You trying to take a pic to send at the moment and how you been. You say you're sitting around, look at my double chin. Filter you used, I couldn't really tell. Don't matter to me, you looking cute as hell. You made the top of my best friends list. I'm not at the top of yours. We don't got the emoji yet. And I love the joking. You ever since you left me on open, so I sent a pic of my King Konger. You snapped me back, but yours was longer. Another good line, I think.
That was actually not bad. Not
bad. No, that's probably my favorite song that we've made. I think that's the only good song we've made. I mean, good, well produced, well written. Everything is ass, but purposefully ass. Yeah. Have you heard Beans?
No, I have not actually.
Let's listen to Beans. This was me, Mike, and Miles.
Ooh, Miles.
This was a beat produced by Mike, actually.
This is Miles, right?
This is Miles going. And we just wrote lines about beams. Not beams, beans.
Light beams.
Beans. Actually, at the end, it ends with me singing, you know the song Ultralight Beam by Kanye?
Yeah.
Instead of ultralight beam, I say, we on an ultralight beam. We on an ultralight beam. This is a God bean. This is a God bean. Give me a plate of beans and I'll leave it squeaky
When
clean.
did this come out? I don't remember seeing this one.
This was 2 years ago. That was one of the later songs we made, junior year. Beans on my plate, I eat heavily. I eat so many beans, I think a bee getting deadly.
I don't remember this one. I remember Snapchat Filter, John Madden remix.
Oh, really? So this one was posted on Mike's account. So if you're not following him, it might not have showed up.
Oh, okay.
I also thought That's Just the Way the Egg Rolls was really clever. Have you heard that one?
I think I have, but I don't remember it as well.
We're just going through my music now. I don't mean to.
Just quick plug.
Just a quick plug.
Zesty.
Please don't listen to my music.
This one was fun. Only if you're trying to look for a good laugh.
Just hated feeling life is overrated. Just walk the happy walk and buy an egg roll and taste it. You can take it out to go. I suggest you eat it there because the gold in the air. You experience every truth untold when you're eating to your chair. It's like making out with gold without the use of any silverware. Eat the egg roll while it's hot or even when it's cold. You bite the crunch, it pops, and the flavor's always bold. Better than XD, you eat your less clean, but platter doesn't matter when your hands are all you ever need. Tatters and the world could be completely shattered, but recipe then egg rolls. That's just the way the egg rolls.
I actually quite enjoy egg rolls from Happy Walk.
Yeah,
they're not bad. Like I feel like whenever I tell people about like, oh, I got my food from Happy Walk, they're like, ew, like why'd you get it from there? But it's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the kitchen looks kind of gross, but if you don't think about it, it's not bad.
Yeah. If you just focused on the food, it's like, all right, everything else doesn't matter. It's just about this egg roll.
It's just about this egg roll.
Yeah. You know, I was saying that I was ass at writing, but I think if I'm passionate about the topic, like here we're talking about egg rolls, like that was
I actually quite enjoyed the
that was
line where you were like, it's like making out with gold without the silverware.
Yeah.
That was actually
like
pretty good.
Yeah. No, I love like the wordplay there, like gold, silverware.
Yeah.
I think my last line was really funny too. I think I was like mumbling over it, but when if Asians can make this recipe, then ni hao make more egg rolls, please. I'm Asian, guys. I get to say this.
It's okay, guys. He has the pass.
So we've looked at Nathan's music. We've looked at my music. Do you have any music out?
No.
You said, really?
No. I think I have in my drafts one song, but don't think I'll ever release it.
Yeah, I get that.
Especially since I recorded it sophomore year. So my voice ain't that good.
Yeah.
Plus, I said if I ever did music, I'd be more of rap, not singing.
Yeah. No, I don't think I could ever be a singer.
I don't have the voice for singing.
Yeah. I have a song that I was working on for the longest time. It was very what's his name? The guy who came out with like 3 nights. Like 3 nights at the hotel. What's his name? I feel like I should know his name. I'm just gonna look it up because like there's no reason for me to be not knowing his name right now. Like I used to listen to him a lot, not so much anymore. I'm sure you know if you hear that. Dominic Fike. There we go.
Dominic Fike. I don't think I've heard.
You don't think you've heard him?
No.
I think you'd like him. I won't play any now because I don't think I'm allowed to. For
Copyright.
Yeah, for DMCA reasons. But like it was very Dominic Fike inspired. I don't know how to describe his sound. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to describe it to you.
I guess you'll just have to send it to me and I'll check it out later.
Yeah. But it was a song where I like actually sang. And I think like I got the chorus, but I could never figure out the verse.
The verses.
Yeah. Like nothing I wrote was clicking. Me singing it wasn't clicking with it. It just wasn't working out. And it's unfortunate because I thought it was like a really decent idea. I'm trying to think how did the chorus go? It went, baby, oh baby, don't you change me. Something like that.
I remember when I first said I was going to start doing rapping with Nathan, I was heavily inspired by Logic.
Logic, yeah.
I at the time, I was like a huge fan of his. I ended up going to see him and The Weeknd at Lollapalooza.
Dang, like, so two of your favorite people.
Two of my favorite people.
Just
like,
in one.
Back to back, they were on the same stage. Logic was right before The Weeknd, and The Weeknd was closing that night. So it was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But I was heavily inspired by him. And then I said, I was working on 2 songs back then, and... This sounds kind of stupid, but they were both going to be diss tracks to 2 of my exes.
Hey, I mean, like, if that's where you have to draw your passion from.
You know, they weren't bad. You know, they actually started to sound good. Like, I enjoyed the beats. I enjoyed the melody that I was going with, but I ended up cutting it.
Yeah, just scrapping it.
And then the titles of the song, I was going to use their initials. Their initials, but use like words. So like say Daniel Strohman, I would use "Don't Stop." You know,
Don't Stop.
Something like that. So
okay. So we got some.
I had some creativity with it, but I ended up scrapping it.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing about like I don't know with the music industry. Like you don't realize, but musicians, anyone who makes music, even if it's just rappers, like you know, a lot. I remember. Back in the day, it was really easy to diss on rappers, especially mumble rappers, because like it's like, oh, all you have to do is mumble into the mic, and like you know your producers do the rest. And to an extent, like You know, like maybe they're not putting in as much effort as, you know, Taylor Swift may not be the best example, because I'm
Kendrick,
sure
J. Cole,
like
Kanye.
Yeah, Kendrick, J. Cole, Kanye,
Drake.
who like Drake has a ghostwriter.
Yeah. But you know.
But like my point was like, you know, even if it's like something like that, those people are grinding to make it in that business.
Yeah.
Because especially with music, it's so difficult. You really just have to hope that you have a hit song that gets picked up by people out of nowhere, and
that's the start of your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to get there, you have to like make tons and tons of music.
Yeah.
You know, I think do you know the artist JPEG Mafia?
No, I do not.
He makes like what it's like he's a producer, rapper. He produces most of the beats that he raps on. He actually does more singing now.
Mhm.
But it's like it's almost ear rape.
All right.
It's not like, have you listened to Death Grips?
No.
Okay, so Death Grips, it's very like the beats they produce. It's very dense. It's very energetic. There's a lot going on at any given moment, and it kind of like it's very jarring to someone who's just listening to them for the first time. Mm-hmm. And it's JPEG Mafia isn't like, his music isn't like super dense like that, but it's kind of the same sense where like if you're listening to this for the first time, you're not gonna like it. Like there's a pretty good chance you're not gonna like it. The beats are just so like wackily produced. His singing isn't like, it's not bad, but it's like weirdly produced as well. His production is just weird. I guess that's like what I was trying to get at. But I remember him talking about how one of the albums he was working on, and he originally had 90 songs made for it, something crazy like that.
90?
Yeah, and
just for an album.
He originally had 90 made, and then, you know, for an album, you can't have that many songs.
Obviously.
Like, so he cut it down to like 12 or something like that.
So you had to cut 78 songs.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm just thinking, like, how many hours in the studio, how many hours of producing, how many hours of writing to like create this well-crafted album? Like, for music, you have to grind. You don't realize, like, especially as listeners, you hear this album, it's like, oh, this is it? That's all that happened? No, there's so much happening. Yeah. There's so much more happening.
There's so many songs that get scrapped. There's so many ideas that just flow throughout the entire process. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember, I think I heard this from my brother, so I don't know if I've heard this anywhere else, but I think I've heard. You all right?
I'm remembering about your brother and the music he used to make.
Yeah, his music was decent. Yeah. I think he still wants to pursue that. That's his passion, but he just doesn't grind with it. And I think that's the only reason he hasn't made it, because like the songs he makes are like actually good. Yeah. They're well written. He doesn't make any of his own beats, but if he got a producer to make beats for him, like. And like he didn't make the beats, but he also produced it himself. Any like voice processing, any effects, like anything that goes on after, he did.
Okay.
And like they're like good songs.
Yeah. What was that one song that like
Find a Way?
Yeah,
like that was like
that was actually not bad.
It was 6 minutes of like actual straight fire.
Yeah.
And like it was a well-written, well-produced song. It's just he just needs to do more with it.
Yeah.
That's the only, I think that's the only thing holding him back, is that he's just not like completely focused on it. What were we talking about before that? Oh yeah, I was gonna say with Kanye West, I think the story goes is every day he would lock himself in a room and wouldn't let himself out until he made a song.
I mean, if that's the motivation you need, I mean.
Yeah, because that's how you get good.
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
I mean, you really just have to sit down and like truly. I mean, sometimes it's better if you like come up with it like just like normally. You're like it'll just hit you at one point, like, oh, and then write it down or something like that. But I mean, if that's what you need, the motivation you need to just lock yourself in the room and truly let the mind go wild. I mean, hey, it works. It works for him.
And now he's like one of the most renowned artists of our generation. Maybe the most renowned artist.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think what you said earlier about how like, maybe locking in yourself in your room is the motivation you need. I think that's the thing about motivation, though, is that motivation doesn't like, it does happen where just moments of motivation strike you out of nowhere. You like a good idea pops in your head and you start working on it. Certainly that does happen. But I think in a much more real and much more tangible sense, motivation has to come after action. That's why Kanye would lock himself in a room and make a song every day, because that's where he needed to take the action first to then gain the motivation. You have to force yourself to take those steps, and then inspiration will strike. If you want to do it consistently anyway.
Yeah.
If you're just waiting for inspiration to come, maybe it will.
Maybe it won't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just might not. So Jorge, what are you passionate about?
Recently, just video games, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it sounds bad, like I'm like 19 now and I'm still like into video games. I feel like most people now are like, what? You're into video games? Why aren't you like into work or like finding your career or whatever, sports? But I don't know. It's just a nice way to escape from the real world sometimes.
Yeah, I get that. Do you have like some sort of career goal that you're aspiring to achieve, or are you still trying to figure that out?
I'm still trying to find what I really want to do. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of pressure to put on a bunch of teenagers.
Exactly.
Like, oh, you have to choose what you want to do for the rest of your life right now.
Yeah. We talk about that a lot on the podcast, where it's just so absurd. You're out of high school, fresh out of high school. You're 18. That sounds old to us because we're 18, 19. Like, we're in that age.
Yeah.
But really, like, in the grand scheme of things, you're basically a baby.
You really are.
You're a little wee child just thrown into the world, and you're told, all right, contribute to society now.
Figure it out.
Exactly.
Or else you'll be on the streets or in jail.
Yeah, and it's just absurd because like you just have to get started without really knowing what you want to do, and especially in America where the education system, it's so easy to fall. Not even easy. It just is the way it is. Like you're immediately in financial debt.
Yeah.
For hundreds of thousands of dollars at times to learn the skills for your career that you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't actually want that career, like, what do you do after that? I mean,
go even more thousands of dollars in debt to pursue a different career.
Or become a teacher.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
I mean, honestly, teachers, I feel like it's not a bad job, but I feel like they're too underpaid to like actually want to pursue it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because I feel
it's
like
so sad.
I feel like teachers deserve more than they actually get credit for, because like they're literally like they're the guide, and they're literally the guide towards kids' futures.
Exactly. And it's sad to think that, like, there are good teachers out there, but no, unfortunately, there's a lot of teachers who I think the point I was getting at was that a lot of teachers were pursuing something else, and maybe they did get there, but as soon as they're done with that, then what? Yeah. What do they do after that? I remember our chemistry teacher. He was, he was like a full-on chemist. He was in the lab doing research, and doing stuff like that. I remember him telling us about that. But then afterwards, like, when he was done with that job, what was there to do? Oh, I can teach now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and he was a good teacher. But it's unfortunate that a lot of teachers do just end up doing teaching just because, like, that's what they can do.
Yeah.
They have this degree, might as well put it to use.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's sad to see that, like, see teachers who aren't like truly passionate about like passing on their knowledge.
Yeah.
Especially in middle school and high school.
Oh my God.
Like, those kids don't even want to learn what you have to tell them.
That's what I feel like. I feel like teaching isn't for everyone.
For sure.
You have to have a specific mindset. You truly have to like want to teach kids. Like, you have to truly motivate them, because I feel like teachers are the reason that like kids either like school or don't.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it comes to like other things too. Like, obviously, like whatever's going on at the kid's house or like with like kids at school and stuff. But I feel like the main force of like motivating kids are the teachers, you know? Like the teachers have to like drive that like want into the kid's heart, you know?
Yeah. Like Mr. Watts, like I didn't like his class, but he was just like such a wonderful person.
Yeah.
Like I still didn't do work in his class because like it was maybe he's not the best example, but like he was just like a great dude. He made me like, even if I didn't like the subject that he was teaching because it was mostly like this very abstract philosophy class that, I mean, and we were in middle school. What were we going to care? Were we going to care about like what was like the iceberg and whatever? That's the only thing I remember in his class.
I just remember an iceberg doing like creative writing. Like he would put a picture up and be like, all right, write about it.
Yeah. And like there were like cool assignments that we would do, but like, you know, even if I didn't like the class, like I enjoyed his like passion for it and how he treated the students. He did treat them with like a lot of respect and did try to push them.
Yeah, I feel like in general, I feel like he was probably the most liked at Marshall by most students.
And that's saying a lot because his class was shit.
Yeah. I feel like he knew not a lot of kids were interested in it. I feel like he knew that because I mean like. Yeah, I feel like most students, I know I did. I would make a presentation for that class and like the class before that. Like I'd be working on the computers. I like, oh shit, I forgot the project from Mr. Watts, and I like work something up real quick and then just present it.
Yeah,
but I mean, like I feel like he knew that, and he'd pass it anyways.
Yeah,
but you know, something like that. I feel like a teacher just needs to like truly reach out into that kid's like heart and soul and whatever. To like, truly want to do school, I guess.
Yeah, no, you're right. A good teacher can make all the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at Rock Valley, I think I brought him up before, but my U.S. history teacher, professor rather, because it is at a college, he has a PhD. But no, his class was definitely the hardest. The subject matter it just covered so much.
Yeah,
like American history. In the grand scheme of things, American history is really short, but like for a semester-long class, like that's a lot to learn. So like, and his tests were nothing to sneeze at either. But he was just so passionate about the subject. Like outside of teaching, he would write books on his own about like U.S. history, mostly military stuff. He was really into the military aspect of things. So anytime we were talking about wars, he would pop off on those.
He would go off.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and there were just times where we would go off subject. And honestly, those were the times that I enjoyed the most. I mean, U.S. history was fine, but like it was just nice to have a teacher who you know, they felt like someone who enjoyed being there.
Yeah.
And they weren't like so stringent on everything. Like they were passionate about what they were talking about, what they were teaching, and they were passionate about the students and wanted to like have like real exchanges with them.
I think this is probably my favorite teacher of all time, and that's kind of saying a lot, but he was my junior and senior year math teacher. His name is Mr. Zuba. He's at East.
Oh, he sounds cool.
He's one of the best teachers I've ever had for this reason and this reason only. He actually didn't care all that. Like, obviously, he cares about math, you know, like that's the class. But he said, the first thing he said when we came into that room my junior year was, I don't care if you learn a single thing about math. I just want you to learn. I want you to leave here as a different person.
Oh,
I loved his philosophy for that. You know, like he would take some days where he'd just talk about, you know, the real world. Like how were we, like how's life going? How's your jobs, whatnot. And, you know, that's all he truly cared about. He just wanted us to feel like we were ready for the real world. And I mean, obviously you can't truly prepare someone for that, but I appreciate his effort for it. And he's probably been my favorite teacher ever.
Yeah. And like stuff like that is what you're going to remember.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what kind of math he was teaching?
He does like 4 different types of math.
Okay.
But the one that I was in pre-calc and college algebra, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say something like algebra. That would actually that's probably the only math that has any real relevance to like the world, unless you're going into something that specifically requires like calculus or trigonometry or anything like that. Algebra is probably the only one that's like widely applicable. Maybe geometry too, just a tad bit. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, if it's a calc class like you were taking, like, you're not gonna use that.
No, I already forgot.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to remember that. But what you will remember, and as you do remember, are those like very personal interactions where you're just talking about life and like the philosophy that he passed down to you.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go visit sometime before the end of the semester.
Yeah,
just to go visit him because honestly, I miss him. He's my favorite teacher of all time.
I'm sure. Well, Jorge, we are past an hour now.
Whoa.
Is there anything else you want to add to the podcast? Is there anything else you were like itching to talk about before you came?
Not really. I was just hoping you would guide the conversation. I would just follow along.
Yeah. How's your rating of my conversation guiding?
Pretty 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Respectable. I'll take it.
Very well. Very well.
Thank you.
I enjoyed my time here.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this a lot too.
I felt like we weren't even at the hour mark yet. That's how fast time flies.
No, it was interesting because like I felt very relaxed during this one.
Yeah.
Probably the most relaxed I felt during any podcast, really.
Good to hear.
I don't know if that's just because of your immaculate vibe or if it's just because like I'm like I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know what it is, but like I felt very relaxed. I thought this was a good podcast. I'm sorry to any listeners or viewers who aren't going to hear any of the things that we listened to or watched. I hope I described it to the best of my ability.
Great beat sound effects right here.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you enjoyed my mumble rapping over lyrics that I wrote. But yeah, this was like a really enjoyable podcast. I appreciated having you on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I had no idea what to expect having you on, but it wasn't this. And like,
it's been a long time. I actually thought it'd be more awkward.
Yeah, for sure.
But I truly enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you having me here.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah,
and I can't wait to work with you.
Yeah, I'll see you at Culver's if you get a morning shift.
Probably. I start next week.
Next week? Dang, okay. Yeah, I'm always, well, right now since I'm training, it's always 11 to 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know if that's gonna change once I'm done, but I'm for sure gonna have mornings, whether that be 11 to 2 or I think I wrote my availability down as 10 to 3. Mm-hmm. So those are the shifts that I'll be taking.
Okay. I'll probably end up working mornings just because most of like the people that work there are like high schoolers, so they can only work in the afternoons.
That makes sense. So yeah, I will see you later, Jorge, at Culver's.
Sounds great, man.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for being on, and thank you for listening. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That was nice. Yeah, that was really